started another reading on Suzanne. I can't remember her last name, but I don't know much. I just know that she went missing while on a bike ride. Okay, so it's Mother's Day, and her husband was out of town. The neighbor reported her missing when she didn't come back from a bike ride. Now, first off, why would a neighbor report somebody missing? It's weird to me. Maybe it's just me, because I don't even know my neighbors. I don't. If somebody went on a bike ride and didn't return, I wouldn't fucking know. But it's not to say that, would go for everybody. Most definitely. It's weird to me, though. So she went missing on Mother's Day. Didn't come back from a bike ride. Her husband's out of town. Might be a little bit suspicious there. All I know. And I know the location. So now what I've done so far is I went to the location and asked if she went missing from there, and it said no. So I asked the Pendulum, where did she go missing from? And it went to a house. I went on the street view, but the house is not on a road that you can use street view, obviously. So I don't know the address. So now I'm just gonna redo what I did, make sure it ends up the same, for one, and then if it does, I'll probably, because I'm even more suspicious about this neighbor thing, because the house that it went to isn't far from the trail, and there's no neighbor very close, pretty much, so I'm wondering, because my first thought was, well, maybe this is if I can't find out whose house this is, it might be the neighbor's house, because that's suspicious to me. Why would a neighbor call her missing? But why would somebody be that stupid too? So I don't know. I'm just going with the flow here and just trying to figure out whose house this is, and in relation to where she may live, how close they are. But there's nobody really that close that you would know. It's just weird. So that's where I'm at. Okay. So I'll redo the pendulum and show you how it works, and you'll just tag along with me, see how it goes. Okay, so this is apparently where she went missing from, and I use this key for my pendulum, because it works really good. So basically what you do when you first use your pendulum, you can use pretty much whatever you want, I think. As long as it's just a little bit heavy, works better for me. So what you do is show me yes. Show me no. So that's how did Suzanne Morphew go missing from this area on Mother's Day? So it moves around. It's just connecting with energy, trying to find her energy that day. So it's important to give it time, because it could go, see how it looks like it's saying yes, but it's not done, and I can tell because I know how this thing moves. It's still reading. But see how strong it's moving? That's why I wanted to show you guys how I do this with this one, because it's a great example. I have a feeling it's almost done. Probably give me an answer now. So it'll slow down and almost stop, and then it'll answer, pretty much. See? No. Shocking. Okay, so this is where it said no, she did not go missing from here. So my next step would be, well, where did she go missing from? Where was the last place she was before something happened to her? Let's see how it's circling right. So I need to go right. And I did, yeah, see, I marked that house that it went to, but I'm just going to make sure it goes to the same place. Okay, so I'll show you what it's like to go over this much area. Imagine, that's a hook. This has a line and a hook on it, okay? It's what it feels like a magnet, maybe even. So I'm trying to see if you can see it, pulling. So you'll see it's literally at an angle a little bit. Okay, I can't do that with my hand, obviously, right? So it's definitely hooked on there. So I'm wondering, because it says that she went missing from here, and the neighbor said she was missing, maybe this is a neighbor's house, so if I can find out her address in relation to this house is all I'm, is what I'm getting at. But it's saying she went missing from this house, so yeah. So I'm gonna stop there and we'll do part 2 in a bit. And I was showing how to do pendulum reading and showing where the house was that my pendulum reading had pointed to earlier that day. I didn't know the address. I was gonna try to figure it out. Anyway, long story short, the house that it pointed to, this one, which it went from the bike trail, it said no, she did not disappear from there, and went to this house. So this is her house that she went missing from, is what it's saying. And I'm always shocked still to, stuff like that happens. So this is a photo reading that I did, which is just gaining insight into something using pictures. And this one right here kind of scared me because my first impression was that middle part that looks purple, and then the top part up there that it looks like a ghost person. The middle part, or the purple, like immediately my first thought was a body bag. I hate to say. And I'm not quite sure what this is. I feel water. I feel water around her, not only because that's what I feel, but because when I said, well, where did she go from the house? From her house, I guess it would be. It went to, there's like a lake of some sort, north, just up and to the right from her house. There it is, yeah. And the top corner is the lake, the actual lake that it pointed to, and then the bottom part is what showed up in the reading. And I just thought it was pretty, I don't know, too close to not mean something. There it is in relation to her house. I did the reading like 4 times, 5 times, maybe even 6, yesterday, and then when I found out it was her house, I did it several times again, and it went there again. It does the same thing each time. So I don't know if this is the water that they searched. If someone could tell me, because if it is, they probably should look again. But I end up marking the actual spot where it keeps pointing to. But this reminded me of like if you're looking like a table and coffee, and maybe she was having coffee that morning. That's what I got from that. Oh, there's the actual location that it goes to. God, I just feel sick about it. It literally makes me nauseous. I don't like this. I don't like it at all. This photo, I don't really know either. My first impression was like it was outside, maybe a fountain. Oh God, I was gonna zoom into her property too and look to see if something looked like that, but I haven't done that yet. There's the picture that, oh God, my first impression, that middle part was like a body bag. I don't know why. I think because I cropped it and it looks like there's a ghost person, and then I don't know. No clue what this is really. Really don't know. I don't know why I feel water with this picture, with this one. Is that rope in there? It looks like wood and rope. I don't know. I'm so drained from all this. This is the lake again. From my reading. It's weird. It's got to mean something. It just has to, because when I see the real picture of the lake in this picture, like I confuse them sometimes. So that has to mean something. Oh, I don't like this at all. She looks like such a kind lady. Like, I would want to go have coffee with her, Fucking asshole. Whoever it is. Her poor daughters, this one is gut wrenching. Actually, I'm working on a few, and they're all just, in their own way, just disgusting to me. But if it helps, that's why I do this, Anyways, so somebody had asked me about asking if it was the husband or not, which is a no-brainer. You shouldn't do that on any social media. The first place my pendulum actually went to, when I just was, to show me something in the area, I went to the fire station. And at this point, I had only seen one thing. I had seen her picture and read a few sentences. Like, I had no clue what all had happened or, you know, anything about searches or anything. And I did not know that he was a fireman. So when so the fact that it went by the fire station first, I don't know what that means. But I also know that if you imagine yourself talking about a loved one, like if you have a child or husband or whatever, mom, dad, okay, and if you're pleading for them, imagine, so I had to do that. I sat outside and I imagined pleading for someone to bring my loved one back, okay? And that consists of anguish. Point blank, matter of factly, you know. We're not here to give out an Oscar, right? Which, the look on his face kind of fooled me, okay? But what I didn't buy was, when I went outside and I imagined myself pleading, like, I put my head down, my chin to my chest, every time that I started talking, like, you know, like, releasing anguish, putting my head down. He was shaking his head no the whole time, like he didn't even agree with himself. Okay, I know people grieve in different ways. So, he could be grieving a loss, you know, whatever, a possible loss. But tell me, if nobody saw anything about this case, okay, and they just saw him pleading, okay, didn't know anything else, just walked in the room and saw this guy talking, I'm pretty sure 99.9% of the population would think that he got a ransom note, right? Why in his mind? So that would mean in his mind, to me, he already knows that she's been kidnapped. Well, how does he know she's been kidnapped? Nobody knows that she's been kidnapped. So what's the only other reason? Because that's what he's going with. That's his Hollywood, right? Maybe? Like, okay, just pretend she's kidnapped and go with that. Yeah, you know. Or it's possible he made that thing up in his head to cope with it. Like, somebody has her. I can get her back, you know. Yeah, it's thinking the most positive outcome. Maybe that's what he's got in his mind. I don't know. His face had me, his actual face, but him shaking his head no the whole time. I mean, obviously he's not agreeing with himself, and he's not feeling anguish because he never puts his head down. That's what I'm thinking. But I could be wrong. You know, I've never been in that situation. We can only guess. It's been nearly a year since I did those readings, and I don't remember if it was a dream or what, but after she told me that she was in the lake and I figured they would find her, I don't know how long after that she came to me in a panic, and when I say came to me, it was just like her energy, and I was like, oh shit, where are you? And so I grabbed my pendulum and asked her to show me where she was, and she was under the patio at her house, and I believe he went through the inside of the house to get through the patio so it wasn't disturbed type thing, and all this other bulldozer and, you know, maintenance and whatever was going on was a distraction. So yeah, they need to look under the patio, I'm pretty sure.